I'm on the way back from dropping 2 of my sons off to their mom, and I'm on the way to go get my other son from his mom, and I'm thinking to myself, how did I get myself in this position, this situation? It's a long story, but the truth is that in the first scenario, I was with that same female from 17 to 29. I went from being a teenager to an adult. And along that way, I made a lot of decisions that were wrong. It wasn't partying, drinking, and going out, doing drugs. It wasn't things like that. But it was verbal abuse. It was infidelity. It was not always having her as number one in my life. And it's not even like I cheated on her a lot or multiple times. It was one time, and one time is enough. It was me calling her names. It was me yelling at her. It was mental abuse. So out of that situation, I realized that losing everything I had, I could not lose everything I had again by being that same man. So what I decided to do is open myself up to love, affection, attention, and give that and want that, and to have that in my life, and make sure that I was a man that could provide that flawlessly. I waited a year after that situation to even start dating again. But what I soon realized is that we have a whole population of women that's gone through similar circumstances and even worse, where they were physically abused, mentally abused, cheated on, run down, let down, shut down. And I'm thinking to myself, I contributed to some portion of that. And that's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling when people don't feel love. It's not a good feeling when somebody loves you with all that they have in them and you cheat on them. And another thing I see is that there's always constantly people talking about how the average dude is and what men are doing to women. Well, the fact is that there's women that's doing it to men. And when women find a good dude that gives them love, affection, attention, and even have to beg for it, then that's a problem. Like, we don't understand what you want, but for the dudes, you need to understand that other people have to date these women. And it's hard as hell to date a fractured woman, because no matter what you do, it's never gonna be the way it was when she was innocent. And that's the sad thing. That's what we have stolen from these women, is their innocence. And trying to rebuild that trust in them, that they could ever trust anybody else in the world, is hard as hell. But I'm tired of hearing women complain about dudes when they get dudes and they don't know what the hell to do with a good man that works 2 jobs, that is always there, that's emotionally available, that is begging them for attention and affection and wanting them to be faithful to them. But on the other side of that, dudes, we got to stop treating these women that way so we don't wind up with women like that.